HR supply chain, highlighting and showcasing solutions for the most complex challenges facing the industry in 21st century by our team of subject matter experts and mentors. Broadcasting every week, all year round, we will present the most up-to-date series of podcasts and webinars.
Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of Bicara Supply Chain. This is Nurhadi, your host, and my guest today is Rachel Lemos. She is a Director of Corporate Procurement at Canadian Western Bank. Thank you for joining us today, Rachel. It's great to have you on the show.
Thanks so much for having me. Thanks for inviting me, Nurhadi.
Fantastic. I really look forward to speaking with you today about how procurement can help organizations to be more effective through process automations. But before we get into the discussion, can you please share a little bit about yourself and how did you end up with your role at Canadian Western Bank?
Yeah, absolutely. My pleasure. I have been in procurement now for about 20 years. Throughout my career, I have worked and navigated through supply chain, procurement, focusing on strategic sourcing, and all the amazing functions that we have. But I always say that procurement has too many hats to wear. And more recently, working in the past 10 years, I was working in public procurement, navigating really through governmental entities. Then 2 years ago, I saw this amazing opportunity to join Canadian Western Bank and come and help them to build the department from the ground up, which was really enticing to me. It's an opportunity for you to do right first time and kind of tailor to what you learned throughout your career. So that was really exciting. And I have been with Canadian Western Bank now getting close to 2 years.
Right.
In this role.
Fantastic. Okay, so talking about the procurement and its relation to the effectiveness of organization, how can procurement help and drive these benefits?
Yeah, that's a great question. Well, I think that there's a lot of things that should be considered when looking to how to make your team work more effective and to help the organization to create that competitive edge through effectiveness. One of the pillars is really what you already introduced in this discussion here is process automation. I am passionate about process automation. The use of automation really supports a smooth process. It improves customer experience as well. When you're talking about how you can create processes that are easier to use, friendly, and yet you're creating the visibility that you need for the organization into spend, making decisions based on data, and really creating that experience to your internal customer, as I've mentioned. So the use of artificial intelligence is another one. You want to make sure that you're continuously looking to what is out there, what's new, and making sure that there are areas where you have a lot of movement that you can use AI effectively. And the third pillar is creating really that continuous improvement process and helping the organization to always be looking, how can we do things better? It's the third pillar of maintaining the process effective.
And in your perspective, how do you see the role of procurement in organization?
Procurement has a very important role to play in any given organization. We are really a conduit for change. We have that visibility into what's happening in various departments. You have visibility into the strategic planning and where the organization is going, and you have that amazing opportunity to influence when you have that view, and you have the responsibility to influence. So I think that in the past 20 years, I have seen, and every professional in procurement can agree that we have seen a major shift on how we went from an administrative role into a strategic role throughout the organization. And we need to keep that. And that's how you see more and more executives coming to the table with making decisions and supporting decisions and helping the organization, shaping the organization vision and mission and where we go with that. So I think it's a really strategic role, and we have to play to that high standards.
Mm-hmm. Let's jump to another questions. Do you have any real example? How does automation help with businesses to be more effective in field of procurement?
Yeah, absolutely. So as I've mentioned, when I joined CWB, I have to really start building the function, and my immediate recommendations were just in the automation. So we brought two systems, one for P2P, which is Coupa, and we brought Bonfire, which is our strategic sourcing e-tool, two cloud solutions that I have been learning over the past years, and they're leading in their space as well. And it was fantastic to see how we transition a lot of processes that were paper-based into automating, and we're starting to harvest now the benefits of the automation in both streams, both in the P2P and the strategic sourcing ends.
Yeah. Rachel, having this process of automation in place may not be easy. There will be always a bottleneck. So based on your experience, what are 2 or 3 top challenges that you had to deal with? And is there any possible solutions?
Absolutely. Yeah, that's a great question. That you see every time that we're trying to change anything in any given organization, it does not go along only with process automation, but any changes in place. You're dealing first and foremost with people resistant to change. It's your very first one. You need to really work with stakeholders. Solution oriented is really creating a very robust communication plan, and also making sure that you understand that people have different time to adjust to change. There are some people that are really, really ready to jump and embrace the new and come with you and support the vision because they do know the benefits, they see the benefits, they will embrace easily and be ambassadors for the changes. There are others that have a little bit more resistance because they don't know exactly how this is going to impact them, and because they don't know, they instead of trying to take that curious approach, they might take that resistant approach. So you need to work more with those stakeholders and make sure that you're selling the vision, selling the benefits, bringing them into what is in it for them, but also what's that going to do for the organization, how this is going to create a competitive edge for the organization, how this benefit the organization, how this is aligned with the strategic orientation of the organization and the roadmap. And I think that's the best way to go. It's having that combination of a very good communication plan in place, and also having the patience to work with the stakeholders in a different mindset at a different pace.
Okay, Rachel, I actually still have a couple of questions, but we are running out of time. So once again, thank you for your time today, and I really appreciate it so much. I look forward to speaking with you at another time.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure. Thanks for having me on.
At Bichara Supply Chain, we are committed to driving global perspective to embrace technological adaptation in improving process efficiencies. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share Bichara Supply Chain. And stay tuned for the latest updates. To learn more, visit our website www.bicharasupplychain.com. Thank you for listening to us. We look forward to seeing you at our next episode.